Hi, welcome to Joomla Juice, episode 16. Something a bit off the wall today. Pirates. Yes, we're in pirate mode. Dinosaurs at Google. The Jinx helicopter. Well, is it a helicopter or not? And Lewis Landry, an alien abduction. Listen on for some of the weird and wacky stories that are circulating in Planet Joomla.
What's wrong?
Well, Skype is not what it needs to be.
Okay.
Lewis sounds good. You sound like you're underwater, Jinx.
Maybe he...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you've seen the third movie, right?
What's that?
Underwater?
The Pirates movie, yeah. He's flipped upside down.
Of course, rock the boat, Jinx.
I haven't seen it yet, so don't spoil.
Okay.
Okay, don't rock the boat, Jinx.
Yeah.
Sorry. I might as well get straight into this, guys. Just wanted to catch up post the Joomla Day USA West, and also the Core Team Summit, which unfortunately I wasn't able to attend. But maybe you can join some dots for us. Who wants to kick it off?
Firstly, I certainly drank your share of the beer.
Good,
so
good.
Had no issues with that.
I did the rum.
So, Google was a host for this?
Yes.
And what's it like at the Google Place?
Well, we got the quick 50-minute tour from Leslie.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a very different atmosphere than normal companies. Like for example, they have food every so many feet from each cubicle. So there is food around everywhere. They have different cafes you can go to with a lot of food in there. There are different types of food you can find. So everybody is well fed.
Is it true? Is it true you can take your pet?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is.
For real, Lewis?
Yeah. Yeah, there were several people walking around with dogs and such.
They even have a swimming pool.
What, for the people or for the pets?
For the people.
For the people.
They have one of those resistance pools.
Because the whole thing with Google is that while the buildings are owned by Google, the land is owned by the community. So basically, the whole Google campus, it's not a restricted area. You can go there. You can go and walk there. You just cannot go into the buildings. And so they have this resistance pool, and it has a lifeguard because the pool is situated on a public area, so it needs a lifeguard.
What, like Baywatch?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like Baywatch over a hot tub. I mean, it's a tiny little... It's like a bathtub-sized resistance pool.
But they have a pool with a lifeguard.
Excellent.
And it's not so far from the dinosaur. They have that too. So
Yes.
Is there
a T-Rex.
Is there a... When you say dinosaur, Jinx, what is it?
Well, what was it? It's one of the founders. It's T-Rex. One of the founders of Google bought it on eBay.
Yeah. Sergey, I believe.
A real one?
Sergey bought it. Yeah. It's a... Oh, yeah. Well...
I don't know how real it is, but it's a full-scale, I guess, skeleton of a T-Rex.
I'm glad you said skeletons, because that means it's not...
Well, yeah, certainly. This isn't Jurassic Park.
Not yet.
Google might find a way.
They do all kind of stuff in the Google labs, but I don't know about that.
Extraction of DNA. I'll just do a Google search on that now. Yes. Dinosaurs.
Well, who knows? a secret project, bringing life to the dinosaur. You never know with these guys.
Wow. So, yeah, great hosts with Google. And did you get much chance to see, I know you were sort of working mostly, but did you get much chance to be tourists in San Francisco at all?
Not at all.
I think for the most part, with a couple exceptions, the time people spent in San Francisco was just in and out of airports.
Or Buca de Beppos, right?
Yeah,
well, no, we didn't go to the one in San Francisco. We went to the one in
Palo Alto.
Yeah, Palo Alto.
Well, if we go somewhere and there is a Buca, we go to the Buca, of course.
Were there any lightning bolts of inspiration as a result of it?
No, this one was purely just fun. It was something like 22 people there, 24 people there.
Yeah.
All sitting around a table, drinking wine and having a blast.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, well, I suppose you can't always hit pay dirt, coding pay dirt by going to Bucas.
I don't think we had any big problems to solve.
Well, who knows? You know.
Well, it was at the end of the summit, so everybody was tired, and it was good to have food and drinks and not think about all the sessions we had and the discussions we had. Just a little bit of time out.
And chronologically, you did the Joomla day first or second?
I was after it the second.
Okay. Lewis, do you want to just shake your headset? It's sort of doing... That's it.
Okay.
I'll explain to the audience that Lewis has got this crazy headset that... how can I explain it, Lewis? What's it do?
It just goes wacky every once in a while.
It just gives
pretty
a
much
white noise type thing. So you did the summit first. Now, I know there's some serious conversations which have led to some fairly interesting posts on forums regarding licensing, but can you give us a bit of an overview without getting yourselves into trouble?
Well, a lot of people ask what the decision is going to be, and I had a post a few days ago about rumors that were spread. Basically, it comes down to the fact that we had a good discussion about it with the guidance from James from the SFLC, James Bazia. He's our counsel at the SFLC. To clearly discuss the matter at hand with legal feedback, because it's a complicated matter. It's not so transparent. Different people in the team that all need to understand how it works and what the problems are. So that's one thing we did. Did we make a final decision? No. We laid out the problems. We laid out the mistakes that have been made, and we tried to understand those. The next step is going to be to use that information to come to a decision, but we're not there yet. We made good progress, and we also communicated that, but we're not there yet to clearly communicate a final decision to the community.
Is Lewis still there? Because I think I pushed a button and just disconnected him.
No, I'm here.
Oh, that's good. Oh, sorry, mate. I'm still getting used to this new Skype.
Oh, well, I'm tentatively listening to Johan talk.
And Lewis, have you got anything to add to that? Do you think... I'm not going to try and squeeze answers out of you that you can't give or discuss.
I would just say that all the conversations that we had surrounding everything with licensing and legals and all that kind of stuff, they were all cordial and they were all informative, and it was refreshing to have people taking an informed approach, trying to understand it, and being rational about things as they are and things as they may be. So
Yeah.
it was just really nice and refreshing to see that the core team could sit down and have conversations about tough topics like this and actually just be reasonable with each other instead of all the hysteria.
No hysteria, no need for white jackets then.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't have to call an insecurity or anything. It was really nice.
I'm talking about rumours, some of the best ones. I've got a couple for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
One was that Google was going to buy Jinx a helicopter.
No. That's not true. It's actually a plane. It's a jet. It's going to be called the Joomla jet, and we're going to station it. No, this is completely true. This one, we're going to station it at Apple's airport. Like, I have my own like special place where the thing is parked, and each time I need to fly out to conferences and all that, I can just use the Joomla jet. Oh, well, it's cool. The only problem is that they haven't painted it yet, and I wanted to have Joomla logo and colors on there. There are problems with that, but once that's done, I will be flying all over.
Excellent. And Lewis, you got any you've heard?
Oh man, I've heard so many rumors. I don't even know where to begin. It's actually really funny. I guess it should be. We should take this as flattery more than anything, because people just have vivid imaginations. I mean, I've heard all sorts of stuff. So I don't even know where to.
Joining some dots, people saw the fact that we're having a summit. There'd been this hot issue. There was going to be a Google. The best one I've seen was generally posted by an anonymous loser, saying that we're going to have a Joomla 1.5 patented.
Oh yeah. Well, you'll notice my forum signature now has patent pending with a with a number next to it, which is a serious throwback at that. It's just comical. The GPL and open source software is all about patent free, for the most part.
Yeah.
That's the premise of it all. So why we would ever want to patent any of the stuff that we've done is just mind-boggling. That takes a level of imagination that might require extra help.
I don't know. Yeah, I forgot. I remember now. Jinx was going to get this. I thought helicopter, but it's a plane. But you were supposed to be getting some flashy car.
Oh, that's right. I was supposed to get a Google car, right? Which was just, you know what? That would be awesome. I'm still driving around in a truck I resurrected from the Hurricane Katrina flood. So it would be really cool if Google bought me a car.
Well, I think it gets me is, don't these people actually think? Because if you look at Google, Joomla that stuff won't even run on their stack.
Oh yeah, exactly. We won't run on their stack. We're not even on the radar. That sort of thing. We're just happy open source developers that a few Google employees seem to like. So.
So the Joomla day itself, or days rather, give us a bit of an overview about that, Lewis. You can kick it off and hand over to Jinx.
I would just like to start by just amazing thing put together by Gunnar, Alan Gunn of Aspiration Tech. it was amazing to watch this guy work. He made 100 people feel close to each other. It was unlike any other conference event type thing I've been to. Most of these sorts of things are put together, and it's a bunch of people just sort of staring at a PowerPoint presentation and almost half paying attention to what's going on. But this was just unbelievable. It was a social experiment, a social exercise, and it was just amazing to watch all of these people get together. And I think by the end of it, a lot of us made friends with people that we probably wouldn't even have spoke to otherwise. So, Jinx?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. We saw Gunnar in action in Washington on the Penguin Day, and he agreed to do the Joomla Day too. It's an unconference format, and Gunnar has a very specific vision on how such a format needs to be run. The guy is great, and he brings such a vibe to the audience and to the group of people that this group of 100 people, they were basically creating their own schedule for the day, and a lot of productivity was going on, very nice discussions, people could decide what they wanted to discuss, and then we had the whole core team there, of course, to help facilitate some of the smaller breakout sessions, which is great because we're all great. It was great. I had a great time, but I had a feeling that Andy... he started off very well, but on the second day he got a little bit tired doing his template sessions because he was doing template sessions and more template sessions and more template sessions, and in the end he was even doing template sessions.
So that was a popular session then, was it?
Absolutely. Well, to get a session on doing Joomla templates from the master himself is. That's a treat, and it was definitely something that everybody seemed to be interested in.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a bit of a master, our Andy Miller. Golden hands.
I was born in a shoebox, living in a shoe. By the time I was 5, I was moved outside to the backyard, robbing solid garbage cans, sitting by the oak tree. I used to climb with an alley cat, live down the street right across from a junkyard, in between a bank and a courthouse.
But besides that, we also had James there, like Alan calls him GPL James.
This is James himself from the SFLC.
Yeah. The SFLC GPL James, and then he gave, I think, 1 or 2 sessions about the GPL. And he answered questions and brainstormed around the different questions that also came up on the forum thread regarding the GPL. And it's, of course, very good to have somebody there that has the legal background and that is working so closely together with the actual people that are creating the GPL tree and that are working around the GPL. So yeah, that was also a very, very great opportunity for the community, and I hope that in the future we will have James on other Joomla Day events.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic to have those people on board with us.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a lot of fun.
Okay, well, how does it compare? I mean, this is early days for Joomla, really, but how does it compare to, the other things you've been to in the open source world?
Well, it doesn't really compare, I'm afraid.
Are you biased? Are you biased?
Well, I did a lot of these. A lot of people tend to organize events, and they put people into a room, facing one side of the room, and then they have a projector, and people are there, and they talk. Other people listen, and they look at the presentation. The Joomla Day event, like we did it at Google, was an unconference, so people were deciding what session they wanted to talk about. They decided which session they wanted to go to, and there was rarely somebody using a PowerPoint.
Yeah,
it was much more interactive, and Alan fills that up. The breakout sessions are filled up with other smaller fun things, like there is the geek speaking, which is something like speed dating, but then for geeks, which basically means you have 10 people in and each has a table, and they have 4 minutes to to talk about a certain subject or talk about a certain website or something they're working on or, well, whatever. Just trying to convince the audience. And then there is a rotation system, so you have like 10 groups and they all rotate, and that's something that happens for like 40 minutes. It's very fun. That's one of the things he does. One of the other things we did was the spectrograms.
Yeah.
Which is also a lot of fun to find out how a crowd is situated and how people in that crowd are feeling towards certain subjects. A spectrogram is basically a long line, and one end of the line is I totally agree, and the other end of the line is I totally disagree, and you can go and stand on the line based on a certain question that is raised.
Yeah.
For example, the intro that he does is the weather in California is great. And then you can completely agree, or you can completely disagree, or you can stand in the middle and you can say, I don't know.
So what happens once people have distributed themselves along the line? What happens then?
He starts at that point. Gunnar just starts. He asks somebody on either opposite end to tell why they're standing there, and then he finds people in the middle, and it's actually a lot of fun because as people speak, depending on where they are on the line, other people that are in the spectrogram will move around back and forth.
So you're not super glued to where you chose in the first place.
Exactly. So it allows you to sort of visually represent how you feel, and it gives everybody a chance to speak. It's a lot of fun.
And having a laugh while you may actually be entertaining quite a serious conversation, but having a laugh doing it.
Exactly.
Whereas when you've got people around a table, often you can end up with posture that's confrontational or defensive. But this completely breaks barriers, doesn't it? This approach.
Absolutely, and I would say for me the summary is your standard conference is situated where you've got one person talking at a lot of people.
Yeah.
And this system is a lot of people talking with each other, and it was just amazing to watch all these people get together and do that.
Because you know, back in the wild, I don't know if you saw, you've seen any of the movies about King Arthur, but his round table was considered blasphemous. Mm-hmm. because the head of state had to sit at the same place as anyone else.
Right. Well, that's actually interesting because the very first thing that happens with this thing is that Gunnar sets up a very big circle, and everybody sits around in the circle and introduces themselves.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool.
It was quite funny too because the people at Google had never really seen that, and we were in this big auditorium, and they had provided 150 seats, and they were all directed towards the stage. So Gunnar walks into the room and goes like, "Uh-oh," and he immediately. So they were all immediately. Go ahead.
Sorry, were they all lined up, and Gunnar comes in and demolishes everything?
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. Yeah. He freaked out and just put everything in a circle and just took everything else away. It was really funny.
Power to the people. It sounds a bit like the early stuff from the times when Apple and the geek guys and they had the bean bags and all that. That whole culture was all about that type of interactivity. Mm-hmm. Really cool.
Yeah.
We've been talking in and around this event, and we forgot to mention Ryan.
Of course.
Ah, yes. Well, now that he's mentioned, we can move on, right?
Yeah.
Poor Ryan. Did you get many people asking you for Joomla goodies?
I really didn't. Well, I don't know. I mean, we had shirts that we gave out at the event.
Your headset's doing it again, look. Just shake your head.
Better?
Yeah, better.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm starting to seriously wonder whether it's actually the headset or it's your head.
You know what? I haven't the slightest idea. It might be.
We had shirts.
I think he's been abducted by aliens and its transmissions of some sort.
That's why I wear a tinfoil hat.
Yeah. I saw that post. Oh, you're making me cry. Jinx, how do you put up with it?
I don't. It's the wonder. It's the wonder of the virtual communication. It has an off button.
Well, that red button thing that I can never find. Yeah. Well, guys, you got anything else you want to say before we sign off? It's been a privilege and a pleasure as usual. Very rare to get.
I'd actually like to thank Ryan. I mean, granted, I made the little comment, but Ryan put a lot of this stuff together and organized the Joomla Day, and I think a lot of thanks need to go out to him because he did a very good job of getting everybody together and making sure that Leslie was informed and that everything was taken care of. So big thanks to Ryan.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. He's a pleasure to deal with, and a gentleman too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right.
So,
go on, Jinx. You got anything to add?
well, add. What do I want to add? Let's see. Well, first of all, we have another one coming. Another Joomla Day coming this summer in the United States, which is going to be the 21st, if I'm correct. The 21st of July in Austin, Texas.
Yep.
We're also going to do it's a one-day event there, and we're also going to try to do it in an on-campus format. So it's going to be the same format as we did at Google. That's one. And the second thing, we are at the moment trying to push out a lot of information regarding what has been discussed at the summit. And each working group is working at what we call a monthly report. And the first monthly report for the foundation working group has already been published, together also with a small announcement on the front page. And in the coming days, we hope to publish a report for each working group. So we have 7 of these coming, with a lot more information about what has been discussed at the summit, what decisions have been taken, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Look forward to that.
Yep.
I think I heard Lewis's new mobile phone in the background.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah.
The Google phone.
Yeah, the Google. Yeah. Well, apparently I'm popular. What can I say?
Well, no, we cannot tell that, right? About
the Google phones? Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
No. Sorry.
I can
You're gonna need to.
I can edit this
You
out.
can edit it out.
Yeah, I can edit this
Okay.
out. Yeah. Okay. As long as I don't forget.
That's
It's gone. As long as I don't forget. If I forget and you hear it, I forgot.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Great.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Pete.
Bye, Pete.
Bye.
Ow, I just fell down the stairs.
Please hang up and try again.